everyone, this is Jeannie Ellis, also known as Scrapbooking Mama. Today I'm going to be showing you how to do these paper rosettes. This is a project that I'm doing for the online magazine called Through the Craft Room Door. So if you're watching this video, that means you have a special link that allows you to check out all the tutorials and the great projects that we have in the magazine. Excuse me. So, my first thing for you to do is that you're going to need, you can use scrap paper or you can just get a full-size sheet of paper or whatever size you want to do. But what I'm going to do, and this is a scrap sheet that not really scrap, but it's not a full 12 by 12 sheet. This is what we're going to be doing, is taking a sheet of paper and cutting out an 1.5" by 12" strip. Now you can do it any size that you want to. You can do it 1 inch by 10. You can do 1 inch by 8. You can do 1.5" by 8 or 10. You know, whatever size that you want to do. But what we're going to be doing is a 12" with a width of 1.5 inches. So let's get started with that. First thing you're going to need is your trimmer. And cut it to 1.5. Make sure that you got your lines marked together. There's my 1.5 inch sheet there now. I've got that trimmed out. So I can put this away now. The next thing that you're going to need, if you want, you don't have to do this. For example, this rosette here does not have a decorative edging, but I just think the decorative edging just adds something to it. So let's go ahead and do a decorative edging on this one too. What I'm going to do is take my sheet of paper, my strip, and I'm going to line it up at the end of the punch, and I'm going to put it against this edge here. So I'm going to go ahead and start my punch, and then I'm going to move it over so that I can get it lined up, these punches lined up with what I punched. So you have this piece here that shows you where to line up your paper. So we're doing this on this side first, if I can. Now we just need to move it over so we can get this cut over here. So that means that these designs are going to have to be showing up over here now. So I'll just take my punch, and there's a half a decorative piece there. So that means I'm going to move it over so I can cover the full pieces here. So go ahead and punch. I don't have a lot of strength in my hand, so. Okay, so now I can set that aside. Kind of clean up a little bit as I go. Now I'm going to take my scoreboard, which is the next thing that you need, and we're going to score every so many, well, I want to say inch, but we're not doing inches. You can score every 1/4 of an inch, which would make your pleats smaller, which looks really pretty all, you know, when they're smaller. But for those of us who have trouble with our hands, scoring at 3/8 of an inch will work just fine. And as you can see, the light's not right. It was so good earlier. There, you can see it better there. But anyway, the folding isn't as small, but it works just fine. So let's go ahead and start at 3/8 of an inch. Here's my first mark. And then so I'm going to go 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. Score again. 1, 2, 3. And just keep going like that. And then when I get done with mine, I will be right back to show it to you. Okay, I have them all scored now. I have it all scored. And so now what I'm going to do is take my paper and start doing mountain and valley folds. So I'm doing a mountain there, valley, mountain, valley, mountain. And you can see that with it being a 3/8 of an inch, that's really a lot easier to fold than a 1/4 of an inch, which, you know, I mean, I love the 1/4 inch, but it really is hard now for me. So, but doesn't mean I never will try again, because I probably will try again. Let's see, I think I'm boo-booed there. Let me see. 3/8. There we go, right there. Okay. Okay, now I just take my paper and I kind of squeeze it together real tight as possible, just so that the papers will have more of a crease in them. And now the next thing you're going to do, first you're going to move this aside. Get your craft mat or your glass mat like I have, whatever it is you have on hand. I've used this paper for the other one, so I'm going to use the circles on it. So, next thing you're going to do is, since I know this is the side that I want out, I am going to turn the decorative piece outward like this. Now, if I wanted the other way, then I would turn it, if I want this on the outside, I would turn it like this. But I need to check to see how this is going to be here. A lot of times, see, if you put these two ends together, you're going to have a really thick piece to it. So what you want to do is just cut that end off of one side only, one end only. Excuse me. That way it won't be real thick. So now if you just do this, it's not going to be so bad. So I'm going to take my hot glue and I'm going to go ahead and put a little bit on there. I think I got some on the outside too there. And see, now I did not do the side I wanted to do. I wanted to do the darker color. So we're going to see about turning it around, which should be no problem. There we go. Thank goodness. Now, you can see it's kind of like a bottomless cupcake is what it kind of looks like. So what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and crease these up a little bit more. I'm going to do it just for my own peace of mind, just so I know that it's, you know, going to bend very, you know, as well as what I hope it to. And I'm going to take that piece that I hot glued and I'm going to kind of crease it really good because of that fact that it's got that glue on there and it's a thicker piece. And if you had left that other piece on there, it would be really thick. So now I'm going to take it and just kind of set it up, and I'm going to kind of give it a wiggle so I can get it to kind of go down for me. And this is where I'm going to have to work with my hands a little bit more just to get it down, get all those folds up. You see some of them want to go up. Now I've seen people who just takes those and they just whop, they got it down. But I'm not one of those people. And then I went ahead and lost it. That was easier now to fix anyway. So as you can see, we've got a flower formed here, a rosette they call it. And we're going to have to go ahead and glue that down. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my hot glue and being careful not to get my fingers, I'm going to put some hot glue in the center here on my mat because of the fact that it's It's not like something that's, can't take heat or something. So you want something that's going to be able to take heat. And I'm going to squeeze that together and kind of form my petals, if you want to call them, just to make sure that I've got it down good. You can squeeze it more if you want to or less. Depends on how much you want it. Now, I did not learn this part of the technique myself. I mean, I didn't figure it out myself. I learned it from someone on YouTube. And I can't remember who it was, but I just want you to know I can't take credit for it because it's not my idea. Different people do it different ways. So now I have it on here and hold it down just a little bit. And it's still warm because it's got a kind of a closed fixture there. So it's going to keep it warm just a little bit that you can kind of work with it some. Okay, once you've got it down the way you want it, then just kind of peel that off, and then you have that glue on the back. So now what I'm going to do is go ahead and add some glue inside just to give it some stability. Now here's where you could start doing some decorating. Do I want to add a circle and a pearl? Or do I just want to add a circle? Or do I just want to add a pearl? Or do I want to add some bling? And my favorite so far has been doing the bling. So I am going to go ahead and get me some bling. Let's see. Now I like the simplicity of that there. I may go ahead and see what a circle looks like. A small one just to see. I was going to use this paper for the back and do the back a little differently, but I changed my mind on that. Let's just see if I need to add a circle underneath that bling. That's what I like about crafting. You have the prerogative to change your mind. That's what crafting is all about. Now, if I want, I could add this on top and this on that. Do I want that? I'm not really sure if I like that. I actually like it without the circle. And the circle can be put on the back for further stabilities. Nobody's going to see that, and in fact I think I will, just so I know it's going to stay together. So I'm just going to put some glue around here. And put it on. It doesn't even have to be totally centered. Just do it as well as you can centered, but it doesn't have to be perfect. Okay, now what I need to do is take my hot glue and go around the edge of the circle. Don't overdo the glue. Hold it down just so it'll stay in place. You make sure it just stays in place. And there you have your paper rosette. Now, like I said, you can do 1/4 inch folds, but it's easier for me to go ahead and do the 3/8 of an inch. The 1/4 inches are very pretty. So that's my tutorial, and I'll be back at the end of the video. I will do some pictures with this, probably some ribbon or something on it. So, but I'll show pictures at the end of the flowers. So, thank you for watching. Have a great day, and please like and subscribe. Go to the Through the Craft Room Door blog and check out the galleries there. You can check out the challenges there, and there's a lot going on over there. So, check us out and have a great day.